Hi there, my name's Greg. I'm just going to spend a minute today telling you about how I learned to juggle and how I think perseverance and teaching yourself small physical skills, things that take coordination, can greatly benefit in your life and make you happier. Um, that's Scotch, my little kitten. So I failed to learn to juggle when I was young. I went to the College of Magic when I was about 10 or 11 years old with my younger cousins, and there was a juggling class there, and there were magic trick classes there, and we used to do shows for the parents once in a while, and it was all quite a bit of fun. But I could never learn to juggle, and one day in the juggling class, I got extremely frustrated with the teacher or myself not being able to sort of learn to juggle, and I hit this poor guy in the balls. I just turned around and sort of swung him one, gave him a nasty right hook, and left him winded. And I was quickly evicted from the College of Magic. I wasn't allowed to go back there with my young cousins anymore, which was a bit bleak. Uh, in a way, I think at the time I was kind of happy that I could just go out and goof off when I was young on Saturdays and not have to do something. Maybe that was also one of my weird little young motivations, who knows. But yeah, so I could never juggle, never learned to juggle when I was young, and when I was a little bit older in life, I decided to teach myself again. Um, I was in a situation where I had a lot of free time, and I was sort of considering the best way to spend it, and instead of perhaps reading or socializing, maybe drinking, I decided to fill my time learning to juggle again. And it took a long while, but eventually I think I became quite apt and I found my own method, taught myself how to juggle. I think it took about 6 to 10 months. I must have been 19, 18 or 19. I'm now 34, and I can still juggle now with relative ease. Um, and I still kind of really enjoy juggling. It's fun just to mess around. Um, and I find it a constant, like just doing that now was a physical challenge, and it took me most of my abilities of concentration in each of those moments to be able to precisely do that. I mean, everything's technique. I learned to juggle by teaching myself how to do this with two balls in each hand, and realized that there's no trick about passing a ball around like this, which confuses people. It's actually just about two balls, one going across. You only really juggle two balls at a time. Actually, literally one. It's just being passed. Come back here. But getting through that, or learning the feeling of, I guess it's success at setting myself a goal and achieving it, and also having failed at it early on in life, and having remembered that and knowing that, um, felt pretty cool. I won't lie. I don't think anyone else really might have thought my ability to juggle was the coolest thing in the world, but for me personally, it sort of gave me more confidence to think to myself, I can do things I set out to do, and I try to do. And the fact that it links in a physical skill of coordination made me feel good with my body. Mm, I've continued in my life to learn small skills that contain coordination and mental challenges at the same time. I don't know if you can see behind me a slackline I have up in my garden, and a small balance board I built myself, which are both fairly gymnastic, but they're physical and they take a sort of intense amount of concentration in that moment to achieve. I'm also slowly learning to surf, which is a very similar challenge, and I've always been a skater or skateboarder in some way. So all my sporting physical activities have involved sort of immense amount of precise coordination. I just really enjoy the challenge, and I think there's a lot of benefit for people if you can persevere, because that really is all it is with these specific tasks. It's a muscle memory challenge. If you can persevere and be able to achieve what you're setting out for, the level of confidence you'll feel in your everyday life will increase incrementally, and your feeling of self will be better, and you'll be more confident in all your interactions with other people, because you have persisted and proved to yourself that you can overcome challenges you set yourself. It gives you a good feeling of worth and a good feeling of self. I think everyone should be out there challenging themselves sort of every day, or at least once a week, to do something new, learn something new, or learn something they thought they couldn't learn before, because that's a big thing. If you can get over that and learn that, then you realize that you don't have limits that you may have thought you had before. So just before I disappear, let me jump on the snap line and show you guys how it's going. Sweet, it's very bright, so don't mind if I fall off this thing. Okay, well, thanks for listening. It's been fun telling you my story, and I hope someone thinks about something because of it.